Hey, how's it going, guys? God's Vessel or CZ here again today, bringing you another Ninja Gaiden Chapter 2. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. Listen to me. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Chapter Challenge walkthrough. We just got done knocking out Chapter 3. And in a minute, we're going to be going ahead and going through Chapter 4. We won't do 5 and 6 because that can get very stressful playing from 4 and 5 and 6. So that's how we'll do that. Last gameplay I uploaded, I commentated over the gameplay as it was being played back to me versus recording the audio of the mic with the game as I was capturing it. Had some syncing issues, so that's what we're doing here with chapters 3 and 4. Hopefully I'll have it together in chapters 5 and 6 and so on, but if not, I'll just keep doing it this way right here. I just feel that recording it this way might take away a little bit of the authentic feel of stress and rage that you guys would get through someone doing a live commentary on the gameplay. So that is that. All right, so again, we're going to go ahead and, well, I'll do this in every chapter I can. I'm playing a review. I'll always switch into my trusty white uniform because it looks the coolest. So we'll always go through that. Oh, man.
Miru, 真実の世界が長き眠りの淵より目覚めようとしている。君は知っているか？僕らの沈黙、空白の年代記、永遠のまどろみを。
アリアクス。
だが、まどろみは常に稲妻のひらめきとともに打ち破られるのだ。
All right, here we go. Beginning of chapter 4, and oh man, I'm a little tight here, but we'll get through it. So the bats, you can take those guys out with the lunar staff. I think you'll have the lunar staff up until, yeah, you'll have the lunar staff, the flails, and of course the dragon sword until chapter 4, and then in chapter 4 you'll get the MS Fang, which I think is mostly garbage. But after that works right there. Just checking the Mirror Moose's shop, see if he had any discounts for me. Of course, he doesn't in Chapter Challenge. Through the normal story mode, you will get them when you pick up the crystal skulls, but in Chapter Challenge, you would not get the discounts. What's this? Yes. I know that guy's already dead, but you know, you can't go wrong with overkill. The game does it to you, so take every opportunity to do it to them. And I think right here we have a couple of fails here. Like stuff like that right there. 3 consecutive shots from this guy right here. Pretty much a green arrow on crack. And I couldn't guillotine throw him. I couldn't counter and limb him. And then right here I get to delim and kill. So I think I end up dying right here. I don't do a lot of editing to the gameplay. I don't know, because I feel like if you cut some of the, struggling parts out of it, it makes you look like you're inhuman, you're incapable of mistakes. That's not what I'm going for here. This is more or less to kind of show, how to get through any, difficult part of the game. And it was a bit of a nostalgia trip too, because the following Ninja Gaiden games that came out after this, I think it was just called Ninja Gaiden 3. It wasn't Sigma 3, it was Ninja Gaiden 3. It was terrible. And I think there was a spin-off with Ayane that was horrible too. So this is probably the last good Ninja Gaiden. So I always record and upload it for that purpose as well. And I'm just trying to get this little looping knee here on the Claw Ninja, but it's just not working. Couldn't even get the D-limb. Right there. Whoa. Yeah. So stuff like that happens. I'm putting in work on the guy, putting 99 hits. He slashes me in 2 hits and kills me instantly. Fun times. And yes, we got to sit here and watch me fight bats again with my lunar staff. I think this time I go with the flails. Yeah. Irritating. Just testing my reflexes, that's all. So I go ahead and break out the Kusura Gummy. I told you guys I was trying to get better with these things, but I don't know. It might not happen unless I just take some separate time off, off the camera or off the recording and just practice with them. I don't know. I like the way they work. I like the mechanics of them, but I probably won't practice with them outside of what I'm doing right here, but I will try to get better with them as I'm playing with them in here, of course. I was trying to go for the OT right there because his arm was cut off, but it didn't make it, so I missed that fail. And look how close I am to this dude, and he's still trying to pull up the arrow, and then he's in the background doing that. Yeah, I better heal up. Pretty sure I was hitting him first, but sometimes you can counter them, and then when you counter them, the counter is what delimbs them as well. So I don't know if it's such a useful tactic with the dragon sword, but I know with the Tonfas, oftentimes the counter delimbs the enemies. And when you see enemies like this that are just stuck right here, just go ahead and leave them there. Just go ahead and pick them off. So I think if you jump down the train track, they'll come out that corner right there they're stuck in. And that'd be bad for you. Yeah, you gotta keep an ear out. Got a little barking attack. Got a little warning, I guess. A little audio warning that he's gonna jump on you. Even if you can't see him, keep an ear out for that. Yeah, so dash right here, you can keep looping it over and over. As long as you hit him with the first one, you can keep hitting it. Yeah, see I missed it right there, so I had to cancel it. As long as you hit him, you can do it over and over again. Overkill, kill, 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 kill. That's what it's about. Oh, still. And he headbutts me and I die instantly. Another one of those infuriating punching bag moments because I'm just hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and he just headbutts me. And of course I have to start over again for a second time. Fighting all these guys to give to him. So be prepared for this kind of stuff right here. If you play through the game on I think it's Acolyte, Warrior, and Mentor, and if Acolyte made you a little nervous, and then if you play Warrior, or say you skip Warrior because you think you're good and you go to Mentor, and if Mentor made you want to take your own life or break your TV or burn your house down, you inside of it, burn your PlayStation, any sort of those extreme suicidal thoughts, and then this kind of shit right here I pursue. If Mentor made you have any of those reactions or thoughts about those sort of actions, then Master Ninja, you would surely kill yourself before you make it to chapter, 5? I think that's Momoji. Chapter 5 is Momoji. So if you struggle on Mentor, Master Ninja is not for you. The whole purpose of playing Master Ninja, well, for me, I had to prove another guy wrong that I wasn't a good player because he had played through it. He didn't have the platinum, but he said, you're not as good as me and blah, blah, blah. So I'm very competitive. So I went and played through Master Ninja. It does make you a better player. At least it's supposed to. And the way that works is you're playing the same enemies with cheaper tactics that do more damage. So you have to improve your tactics. You can't use that's not the guillotine throw, the Izuna drop. You can't use that over and over and over and over and over again because you'll be here all day. And obviously you can't Izuna drop every enemy. So that's why I'm kind of going through Master Ninja. That's why I like Master Ninja for the challenge, but the challenge is cheap. The grabs that do 90% damage, the laser-like accuracy of a dude with a bow and arrow that explodes. So things like that make it not fun. But it still is a challenge nonetheless. So, yeah, if you're playing Master Ninja, be prepared to start over several times. Several times. Let's just go ahead and heal up. I'm taking chances because these assholes right here, stuff like that. Oh boy. I got lucky he didn't grab me or slam me to the wall. I'm one shot right now. I was trying to OT him. Take my anger out on him. So my targeting system is jammed. I don't know what was happening here. I just pulled the arrow out and I was trying to switch. I was trying to target this guy over here to the left and he just kept locking on to those two on the right. So I guess that's the thing now. Or in the game, maybe. Almost like deja vu, huh? Well, I can assure you this time we won't have the same results. And if the partner pole does not kill these guys, ooh, that was almost a grab right there. The fire Nempo does not kill these guys. The void Nempo and the windblade Nempo would delimb, and the void one would kill them on impact. So you have two options there. Don't cast your fire on these guys. The fire Nempo is just for your regular foot soldiers. And here he comes again. See what kind of bullshit he on this time. You can counter that right there. Stay on him. Stay on him. I'm trying to break his arms off. He just wouldn't break. Yeah, see. He's trying to troll me. The same dude last time, man. I was forward T, or triangle, and he just wouldn't break. He wanted to headbutt me again to the wall. So what I'm trying to do is to get rid of some enemies so more of them can spawn. And then that way out, I cast a Nempo to kill the last batch. See this shit? Man, nothing wrong with using the save point right there, right? Dogs. I already know where this is going right here. I'm pretty confident I died. I don't remember dying, but it's just, yeah, it's just dogs. Hate dogs. It's too many of them. Yep, there we go. See where this is going. Yeah, then down the dogfight. How about that? As Thunder would say, this has got to be a fake video. No, it's not a fake video. I was really prepared to die in that dogfight right there. Because most of the times I do fight the dogs, I do die. But I guess I got by that time right there. I still hate it with a passion, though. Terminate with extreme prejudice. Like two thugs in the alley walk up on them and they start running. Got to be doing something illegal or really suspect in here, right? That's what that remind me of. We're just taking extra precautions right here. Nothing wrong with that. I know it's around somewhere. Oh yeah, it's over here in these steps. Go back and save. In case I do die further ahead, I'm gonna have to respawn and fight the dogs and then die 10 times in a row. Toying with the enemy right there. Now why can't I OC this dude? So dumb. I think there's a chest over here in the back somewhere. Either on this end or the other end of the bridge. You can check out. They just ruined my whole flow right there. I still got the OT on him, or at least it did let him in the OC. But I actually wanted him to walk into that, and then this bird just comes and just knocks me off my game, so. Yeah. You guys went over to the left too. They have a sound cue when they spawn in, but I don't think it's loud enough. So, kind of keep your eyes peeled for those guys. Fortunately, they don't do a lot of damage. Now, that'd be really bad. They spawned in groups and they did massive damage, but they're really easy to dispatch. I'll take bats. I'll take the bats over the fish. But those birds or whatever they are, they're really easy to dispatch, so you can, not have to worry about them too much. Now, if they did the same amount of damage to Rocket Men do, so I'm surprised they don't. Now I'm talking about it. I guess Team Ninja must have lightened up on that part. Oh. Fireball plus fire breath might be the enemy right here. I better heal up. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, I don't like playing at you. One hit from this guy's probably would have killed me. Let's see. And with these enemies, like most enemies in the game, you can control their movement or bait certain moves out of them by getting close to them. I know you can do it with the dragons. I already showed that in chapter 3, and as you see right here with these guys, you can bait certain moves out of them. If you get really close to them, they'll go for the fire breath or the grab. If they're far away, they'll do the fireballs or they'll do the jump, so kind of keep that in mind as well. It's not always worth just kind of rushing in head first on every fight. More birdies. Can I start calling them birdies? I know they're not birds, but that's what they remind me of. Aerial enemies. We'll call them birdies. Let's go ahead and abuse that good old checkpoint again. I mean, if they didn't want you abusing it, why they leaving the game like that, you know? Hey, look. It's the one enemy everybody in the game struggles when fighting. And he's blind. This dude literally has one main attack and 2 alt attacks. The main attack is his stump, and the stump is totally controlled by where you stand. As long as you're between his legs, he can only do one thing, and that is stump. This makes this fight super easy, and his enemy super easy to take care of. But if you come out from between his legs, stand in front of him, he has like this little roar he does that can kill you. And then if you stand out far behind him, he'll swing his arms around you. But the guy's blind. If you just do what I do right here, just stab between his legs, hit him a couple times, then block. Wait for the stump. You can block the stump no matter what weapon you have. If you don't block the stump, it will do massive damage to you. And then I think the best way to kind of gauge when to attack is just 4 heavy hits. So with dual blades, triangle, 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 triangle. Tonfas, forward TT dash T, I think it is, or forward TT dash T, T for triangle. I don't play the Lunar Staff to know the combo for damage that often. It was Fang, don't use it on this guy. It might be square, square, TT, or TT, it might be 4 Ts, but most weapons are either 4 attacks, 3 or 4 attacks, then you can block. If you're doing more than 4 attacks, you're asking for trouble. And then you're going to get stumped on. You're going to say the game is cheating. You're going to act surprised. 4 attacks on the blind guys. Block it. Continue attacking. Same routine. Stay between his legs. Never fails. It sure is. There's a powerful fiend, I'm a powerful ninja. We'll see who wins. Now, why couldn't she just pick me up from the city at the beginning of the chapter and drop me off over here? Because playing that previous chapter did nothing to the story, I feel like. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. I just feel like that part could have been avoided. And right there, you saw me spinning the camera in a circle. You can stall, I think, all 3 of the nimbos that you can use to offensively, or you can use in an offensive way. You can stall all 3 of them by spinning the camera around. The fire nimbo, it targets them. You spin the camera around, it'll stall. The void nimbo is really good for this. Especially when you're waiting to cast nimbo with your teammate in the team missions. You put your nimbo out, you spin the camera around, it'll stall him actually firing it. And the same thing for the blades, the wind blades as well. You see me kind of creeping around the corner because I had expected somebody to be in here. I'm trying to save. I have to break the glass to save. Okay. Pretty sure a bad guy's around this corner right here, though. I mean, why wouldn't there be? It's a corner, you know? I know you're out here. There you are. You know how to fight me like a man. Guillotine throw for days, boy. Safest option. No reason not to use it in here. Now, I heard the ninja with the bow and arrow upstairs pulling it back and charging it. You might not hear him when you play it or when you play through it. But once you hear that dude shooting again, always make him priority number 1. And that guy was breaking the rules of physics. He was flipping on the air while in air. See, we got more ninjas in the back. I just peel off, take care of these guys first because they're a huge distraction. Had to shake the blood and dust off my tonsils there. I think you can go over this way, but it might be locked. So the Game of Force should go on the other side. There might be a chest out here on one of these ledges or these little hidden corners. We'll see here in a moment. I know there are birds on both sides though that trigger when you walk on them. So yeah, see I got close and they spawn in. Yeah, some on the other side too. Be on the lookout for those. Ooh. I'm right here, I'm thinking, should I go back outside and try to fight these guys, or should I just go ahead and play it safe and run upstairs? It's one of those life coward, dead hero kind of moments, and I'll take the life coward moment and run away. Because you got two guys with arrows perched above you. If one of them hits, the other one's going to hit. So we'll just move on. There wasn't anything of too much value down there, so yeah. These guys take a beating. I don't want to fight you either. But what you can do is jump back downstairs to the first floor. That'll despawn the rocket men. I didn't know this until now when I was playing through this. When I went back, they weren't there anymore. So you can run away from them, then go upstairs and come back. They'll be gone. I think that chest in story mode gives you health orbs. And if it doesn't give you health orbs, I think there's one in here that gives you an info. If not, one or the other. I might have missed it, I don't know. Stuck. Yep, got stuck. Go ahead and stock up for the super challenging Alexi fight here soon. And I was kind of just checking over here to see if anybody had dropped anything else that I could pick up. Dual blades for life on Alexi. You can use Tonfas, but dual blades are his kryptonite.
忌まわしき竜の一族の
貴様のトラウマというわけだ。古話の国ごとか。
人間どもの寿命は虫けらのごとし、想像だにできまい。プラズマ渦巻きスバルの輝き、オリオンの大星雲に響き渡る美しき白我が名はアレクセイ。視察19王の一角、あまねく電撃を支配する。
Ooh, cool light show. All right, the fight against Alexei. Tip number 1, stay close to him. If he gets away from you, yeah, it's a good chance you'll die. He has a flurry of attacks he can do at range that he will not stop doing until he hits you if he gets away from you. So the first thing you do is stay close to him as possible. I don't think you have dual blades at this point in the story mode. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, I let him get away from me right here. He goes in the air. He keeps throwing lightning. You cannot block that. I don't think you can iframe it. And he'll just keep throwing lightning until he kills you. And you have to hit him out of the air. But to keep from being in that position, you just stay near him. And if he does anything differently, you hit him. And then I'm forcing him to come back on the ground and lock on to you. So see, I jump away and I jump back near him. I keep myself near him, so all his attacks are close range based. See, I'm not getting myself any room between him. In the story mode, you're gonna have the dragon sword. You just gotta fight him with dragon sword. You won't be able to do 360T because it's not an iframe on the dragon sword, so you have to kind of dodge most of his attacks. But when you get the dual blades, you come off the floor with him. Just stay close to him. Super Saiyan mode. This is when he starts. Of course, if you get away from him, he'll just start dashing back and forth across the room. He'll do it over and over again. He will not stop. So when you see him kind of start glowing like this, don't fear him. Just stay close to him. Watch his attacks. Wasn't even a challenge. I know, right, Ryu? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He didn't even fight back. This right here is your boss fight on Team Missions Ultimate Ninja 5, I believe it is, 4 or 5. Could be, yeah, I think it's Ultimate Ninja 4 or 5. It's pretty stupid because it's 2 of these guys and it's 2 of the statues you fight in Chapter 1. Very stupid, very cheap, very long, drawn out fight. Now this walking right here that it does cannot hurt you, so the stomp. So see, you have to stand in front of it, it can't hurt you. But this is in Team Mission Awesome Ninja Thing 4 or 5. So you have to be very skilled at fighting one of these guys, and so does your partner, because there's one on each side of the map. What are you waiting on? Come on. These lightning attacks just jump off the ground. The way those work is that if you're on the ground, they shock you. And then this fist pound right here, it took me a second to remember. He pounds the fist, and then when he pounds the fist, lightning comes off the fist and shock the ground if you're standing on it. So jump over those two. See, when the ground lights up, it shocks where you're standing, so to jump off of it. Fist pound, jump over the lightning, attack the wrist. That's all it is. When you break the shackle on the one wrist, go to the other wrist. There's no point in attacking the wrist with no shackle because you won't do any damage to it. Yep, fist pound, jump over lightning. And now I think about it, for a boss fight, I don't think this guy has any kind of grab attack. I know the Buddha statue does, but it doesn't have any kind of grab attack though. And this is a boss fight. So once you break both the chains on his wrists, the neck is the target. And of course you can only hit that with the arrow. So right now it's a big game of keep away. You dodge the fist pound, dodge the lightning from the floor, and then dodge the boss coming in from above. It's just 2 attacks, as you can see. Maybe 3. 1, 2. It's like 2 or 3. And then you just kind of shoot your arrow at him. And just running from him, wait for him to pound the ground again. I think it's 2 orbs that come up, so yeah, it's a fist pound. Unfortunately, it doesn't do too much damage, but it does enough for you to be like, holy shit, let me run. And I started trying to, like, you know, toughen it out with him at the end. Kind of like, you know, a last stand. And you can't do that with the bosses. It's a battle of nutrition with the bosses. They have more health, they have more damage. So it's best to, you know, use strategy that's effective. I didn't want to die here and fight him over again, so I had to play a little safer. And a couple shots on his neck. Then just triangle. I don't think square does it. So if you're playing through this and you hit square, nothing happens. I think you gotta hit triangle for the heavy attack. Well, this is the end of chapter 4. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 chapter challenge walkthrough. Chapter 4 on the maximum difficulty. Oh boy, I'm tired. Thanks guys for watching. That wraps it up for this video, and I will see you maybe sometime next week for chapter 5 and 6, or maybe just 5. We'll see what happens. That's all for the video. I'm done. Thanks guys.